We are Trademark Consulting, and we are presenting ABC Corporation with the first draft of our network proposal. Our team includes Joe Tobin, Drew Aponovicius, Skylar Melton, Chasney Gates, Lena Tompkins, Darian McKinney, Ryan Suter, Marcus Berry, Dean Emmons, Farouz Oyev, and Nathan Byers. Our goals and focuses for this project are to implement a campus-wide network and server infrastructure. A security system including monitoring and remote access will also be included. We would like to implement a campus-wide wireless network for ABC. The solution must be in compliance with all HIPAA, SOX, PCI DSS, and COPPA regulations, and services such as email, internet access, common printing, and a building access control system will be included. The assumptions that we have made for this project are that each employee has a Windows computer at their desk, each employee has a phone at their desk, existing fiber connections are made to each building running back to the JSC main building, cottages 1 through 8 have fiber runs to cottages 9 before going back to JSC, and the current servers include payroll, accounting, and inventory. Trademark Consulting's proposal for this project will include an equipment list with pricing, logical diagram of the network, a physical diagram of the network, and an IP addressing scheme for all of the subnets in the network. All equipment, pricing, methodologies are on a first draft proposal and may be changed and narrowed with time. This is a broad overview of the plan to bring a sustainable, efficient network to ABC Corporation. Here's an overview of the pricing for the networking equipment required by ABC Corporation. We will be using Cisco 3650 24-port PoE switches. 10 of these will be required at a total cost of $35,229. For the routing, we will also be using Cisco 4500 24-port Layer 3 switches. 2 of these will be required, and that will run about $36,133.98. Lastly, Cisco 3700 APs will be included. We'll need about 26 of these to cover the entire campus, and that will run at about $14,555. Bringing the total of all the networking equipment to $109,992.45. This is subject to change as the project moves forward. In this logical diagram, the internet connections are made at the JSC building where the 2 4500 Layer 3 switches are housed. These will be stacked in VSS, which is virtual switching state, and allows the 2 devices to be managed as one. 3650 switches in all of the buildings will be configured in the same way. They will be configured with Stackwise, which is the same process as VSS. It allows multiple switches to be configured and managed as one logical device. All existing fiber connections are being used except for the LAG to JSC connection. We have opted to not put any networking equipment in LAG and instead backbone LAG off of CSF because there's only 10 hosts required in LAG. All 3650 switches will be connected back to the 4500 Layer 3 switches in JSC redundantly. This means that the top switch in the 3650 stack will be connected to the top switch in the 4500 stack, as well as the bottom switch in the 3650 stack being connected to the bottom switch in the 4500 stack. This ensures that traffic will always have a way to make it out to the network in case some piece of equipment were to go down. This diagram also includes a high-level overview of all of the IP addresses that will be assigned to VLANs in ABC Corporation. This next diagram is the same logical diagram as before, however this one includes a breakdown for some of the wireless that will be included in the network. The physical diagram gives a better understanding of how everything will be connected, and in this diagram, as I talked about earlier, you can see the top switch from all the 3650 stacks in the buildings is connected to the top switch of the 4500 stack in JSC, and the bottom switch is connected to the bottom 4500 back in JSC. This just gives a better understanding of how the connections are made and where everything's going to be running. In this diagram, you can also see that LAG is being backboned off of CSF, as I have previously stated, instead of using the existing fiber connection from LAG to JSC. All of the networking equipment for the residence cottages will be housed in Building 9. For our IP addressing scheme, we chose the major network to subnet out of 192.168.0.0 with a /23. This would provide 510 available IP addresses in the network, while ABC Corporation required a total of 290 addresses. The amount of available IP addresses in the allocated subnets that we have made is 360. This means that about 75% of the available major network address space is being used, leaving 25% for future growth, and about 81% of the subnetted network address space is being used, allowing 19% growth in current VLANs. This is just a breakdown of all the addresses that are being assigned to the different departments and how many they needed. As you can see, administration needed 60, it was allocated 62. Residences were allocated 30 when they needed 25. Personnel and detention, etc., were allocated 14 when they needed 10. Going forward, Trademark Consulting will talk about the network implementation with ABC, the security strategy that we plan to implement, how we're going to implement all of our servers. We will also discuss the backup and disaster recovery plan and all of the timelines associated with this implementation. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we will now open it up to any questions from ABC Corporation, and we also have a few questions for you.